It's Tuesday morning. I believe that today is October 3rd. This is my carb day. This is my first carb cycle. I just went 2 days without any carbs, a little bit of extra fat. So I just went 2 days without any carbs. Today I get rice in 2 of my meals. And I've been hungry. I've been very hungry. And this is just the first cycle. So I know that when I have my carbs today and then I go the next couple of days without any carbs, that I'm really going to be hungry. So I'm trying to prepare my mind around that, trying to really ground myself into what this process is for. So carb cycling is to jumpstart the metabolism. I'm trying to keep my focus on that, to keep my mind renewing around the issues of what the body needs to do in order to get to the stage. So with that thought process comes extreme focus and extreme dedication to what we're doing. For example, I volunteer at the Cleveland Browns games with my kids' track team, and that was the first day of the carb cycle. So that was day 1 of no carbs. And there's no microwave, so all the meal prep I had to eat cold. I've had to do that. And to stick with the process, regardless of where I am or what I'm doing, it's that kind of dedication. It's that kind of extreme focus. It's that kind of discipline to say, I smell hamburgers and hot dogs, but I'm going to eat this cold fish and broccoli because that is what the process demands of me, and I'm going to stick with it. So it's just been interesting. It's not the first time that I've done it. It's just interesting. So when I look around me and I have my competitor friends with me, it is very helpful to know that I'm not doing this alone. It is extremely helpful when I wake up in the morning and I have messages in my phone from other competitors with either gospel songs that they are finding helpful during the process, or a sermon even that they're like, hey, you need to focus here. This helped me, maybe it'll help you. And it's all just so useful. It's all like, I need this connection right now, because in every other aspect, I feel disconnected. I feel disconnected from my own body sometimes. Like the scale is doing one thing, but the body is looking like something else, and it's conflicting and it's confusing, and you just stick with the process throughout. But it does help to be connected to like-minded people, during this time. So we have to get up, and Coach actually asked me he sent it with my meal plan, poses to practice for 5 minutes every morning. And it's like, okay, do this 3 times, do your chest pose at least 3 times, practice for at least 5 minutes, hold your poses, let your body get used to holding the poses. And it's like, who else is doing this? Nobody. So yes, it is very helpful when other people are around that knows the process, is possibly even in the process, or just maybe came out of the process, maybe further along in the process, because we are all doing different shows and we're all looking very different. But It's just helpful. And I love the community that we're in. I love this community of natural bodybuilders that we have. And it's become a family. We've cultivated that. And it's a blessing. The whole process is a blessing. I actually really like it. I love how spiritually connected I become, even more so than any other time of year. So, yes, I'm grounding in foundational discipline and things like that, but really, I'm really just tapping into what God says about me and the strength that He gives me and the things that He can carry out through me through this process. So yeah, the meal plan came from my coach, but the stripping was ordained, right? And so we go into this stripping, what we call depletion, willingly. And I jokingly always say, things like, who depletes themselves on purpose? Nobody but a psychopath would really just go into a process on purpose and say, I'm going to deplete my whole diet. And, that's not something that we as humans just regularly do. So to go through this process willingly and then come out on top, that's all to the glory of the Most High. And so we live in that, and we stay in that, and we relish in that. We know that He's with us. He never forsake us. He's always here. And so that makes the process doable. I won't say easy, but it does make it doable because we do know that He's with us throughout the process. And then He gives us everything that we need throughout the process. He sends the messages through the other competitors, the random text messages, sometimes the clients walking by saying, oh my God, you look so amazing. Oh, how did you know I needed that in that moment? Because I just looked in the mirror and thought the whole opposite. But God knows what we need, and He sends it our way. And so this process, what you see is one thing, but what we feel and what we see is something totally different. So this process is a very special one, and I, for one, am thankful to be able to carry it out from time to time. This is, after having 2 years off and then jumping right back in with all of my doubts and all of my, desires to just continue eating the way that I want, and then just be able to jump back in knowing that I believe that this is what the Most High would want for me. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that's that. And He said that He would never leave me nor forsake me. God said it, and that settles it. So, until next time.